Now? I think I should be live now. Yeah? Yay! My first live stream. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? First live stream. Can you hear me? Do you hear the music? Yes? Okay. Okay. I'll wait for 5 more minutes and then I'll start. Yeah? Okay. Mm, da, da. Just setting up a few things before I start. Is anyone online? If you are online, please let me know in the chat. Okay. Just wait for a couple of more minutes and then I'm just gonna start. Mm-hmm. 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 I think I need to set up Vercel. I don't have a project set up for this, but I think it should be fairly easy. So it's not a big deal. Mm. This app is really complicated, Notion. And also sometimes it's a little confusing. So you have pages where you can start an empty page, and also you have templates uh, that gives a list of pre-built templates that you can use. Huh. And once I do that, I get the template, and then it appears in the navigation on the left here. This is a bit confusing. I don't know how I created this though. Probably the same way, or maybe, yeah, by project, by board. What about this one then? Anyways, I'm not going to build the entire app today, uh, but I'm gonna try out a few things that came out in X13. Uh, One thing is like I'm gonna try out the Postgres database from Vercel directly from their infrastructure, and I'll be trying out server actions, which is also a new thing in Next.js. So it'll be cool to sort of like have a minimal version of Notion that can help me to try out all these things. So yeah, let's see. Let's first write down what I'd like to do. I'm just gonna delete these. So this, if I delete live stream only. Okay, got it. What? Okay. Okay, now it's pretty clear for me. Okay. So I need to try out the following things. Firstly, I want to try out the server actions. I think this is going to be pretty cool to see how it works. The next thing is I want to try out Vercel's Postgres. I have never worked on Postgres, and I hope it's going to be straightforward from Vercel's point of view. So yeah, and I've never tried Prisma either, so this is something new. I've always like I've always written like database code without using any of these clients. So this Prisma is pretty good for for making things a lot easier. So I'll be doing that. Okay. So these are the things that I would like to try out. So let's just create another list. What the heck? Okay. What level of features do I need? Like I just need some CRUD operations, uh, and I would also like to prefetch on the server. Um, so I need also a read operation on the server, which basically is going to use server components. Uh, so let's just try that out. Okay, let's just write it down. Uh, so features needed. I just need the side navigation that you see here. Excuse me for that. Side navigation is basically space to create projects, right? I'll just do um, I'll just do I'll just do add project, and then you get a form that you can sort of like fill out and create a project title, and you instantly get all the project templates. So that's something that I can do already. Space to create projects, title form that takes title and creates a minimal project template. Yeah. And then the side navigation should list down all the created projects. That's cool. I'm just seeing if some new people have joined. I guess not. Come on, guys. If you're online, please let me know in the chat so that we can also make this as an interactive session. List down all the created projects. Okay. And I'm just not going to do all these things here. This is I don't need this. I just need a list of all the projects down there with the title. Probably maybe we can see if we need to make this editable or not, but if not, I'm just not going to worry too much about it. Quickly add a page inside. I'm not going to do these things. The scope will increase. Scope creep, right? Okay, so that's for the side navigation. What about the main body? Okay. I mean, I also need a header. I think a header is always nice to see how server-side rendering and server components work without any delay for the user. Header, just a title should be enough there. Maybe in the future you could add like authentication, and then you can show the, nice user information there. So the main body, this will be interesting. I don't need all these things now. I mean, it's good to have a filter, but it depends. What does it filter by? So it's going to let's just do this. Just gonna make these in progress. Okay. So this is just going to filter out based on the statuses and show all the groups. Apparently, I'm not gonna do groups. I'm just gonna do projects. So every project needs to be created on the left, and you could sort of have any number of tasks within the projects. Wait a minute. I already created this one just to keep track of what I'm going to do. Now I'm a little confused. What is this? So this is the title. Okay, this is the project title and this is the group title. Okay, I see. And it says the page is in trash. Okay. Ah man, this is all kinds of confusing. Okay. Um, so in Notion you have, I think there is a superset for all the projects, and that's a page. Okay. I think that's something that I definitely confused. So what you have on the left in Notion is pages, and whatever is inside pages are groups of entities. Okay, this makes sense. But we are not going to do that. We are going to treat everything as projects. Whatever is on the left is a project for us, and inside projects you could have uh, inside project you could have nested topics, let's say, uh, similar to groups, and probably you can have tasks inside each topic. That would work, right? Yeah. So you have the project title and you have the topics for each projects. Let's write this down. So main body will have project title, um, and probably some created at metadata, some metadata. I don't know what that metadata will be. I'm just gonna go with metadata for now, and it will have I think the topic section will be interesting. So it will have topic sections where you can create topics, again metadata, and each topic can have tasks, right? I'll just take this down here. Okay, this is fine. I don't need to wait a minute. So topic section will have title of the topic and the list of tasks. This should be good enough. I'm just gonna have a look at the task quickly. So I'm just gonna call this Notion minimal, because I'm not even building the clone. And let's say the status is planning. Okay, that's nice. I'm not going to create this view, although what I would like to do is open the page. So this is already a good enough use case for us to sort of try out the routing, especially with server components. I think this is going to be nice. So I need a route. Probably I think okay, that's interesting. So every project has a topic, right? So every topic is a route. So then the route would be something like topic section. Okay, this is the main body, it's fine. Just gonna have one more heading here. Can I do markdown here? Oh, I can. Nice. That's nice. So I'd like to have topics. Topics slash, just gonna do a code here. Can I do code? No. Can I do a code block? I can. So topics is the parent route, and it should have a dynamic ID. So this is already, the ID will be the ID of the topic. Okay, so this is good. What else? Not gonna do this. So I think what I'm interested to see what is inside. What is inside the topics? I mean the projects. So there is a list of tasks here for that particular topic, and you have some description. So you basically have the same view that you had it in the previous page. Okay, interesting. So that's a good sign. So this should be should be in my opinion a reusable component, right? So I see this as a client component that probably uses server actions to create these tasks. Wow, it goes. Oh, it's got like a lot of depths. I'm not gonna focus too much on these subtasks. This will be n+1 sort of problem, so you kind of can keep going, which I don't want to focus now. I just want to make sure that I'm able to sort of like use server actions inside a client component, and probably make sure that we can also reuse the same thing in the other place that we just saw. Okay, cool. So we have a list of tasks, and what actions can I perform on the task? How do I do that here? So I can directly modify this here. What is a realistic way to achieve these? So you have all these operations here. So you have a status column, you have a signee, and all these are like CRUD operations, right? All these are like update operations that you can perform on the task. What is the simplest way to achieve this? I don't want to build the whole thing out. It's going to cost me a lot of time. I would like to make it really minimal. I'll just do an input box here, and probably just have whatever is typed in there can be regarded as status. So it doesn't really matter for now. We can just focus on getting this CRUD operations done right. And I don't need to do the due date and stuff. Maybe I can do a priority. This is pretty easy. So I can just say low, high, or medium. And probably tags is not a worst idea. We can also do tags. So tags will be a list of keywords that is attached to the task. Interesting. So I will just write down list of tasks. Each task can be assigned status, right? Can be assigned a priority. Can have tags. Can have tags. Okay. That's good enough. Now I'd be able to perform the same operation topics. I'll be able to do the same thing over here. Okay. This, it's a little hard to copy and paste when these drag and drop operations are involved. So my topics page will be, I'll just do a heading for this. I can't do that. Maybe. Okay. Mm, I'm just gonna call it topic. So, okay, I need a plus button to create a new topic. Okay. Okay. I think this is already good enough. We already have like good enough use cases to cover. Let's just see what we need now. Okay. So obviously I need an X13 project. And okay, let's delete this for now. Okay, regarding the delete, I'm not gonna focus on delete now. I'm just gonna focus on create and probably will focus on delete later. What is this? Okay, so first thing we need is to create a nextjs 13 project. Should be straightforward. And the next thing is I would like to push it to. So usually I create a project first in GitHub and then link it on Vercel. Uh, that should be okay. So yeah, I think that's how I do it. So the thing is, I I don't know how I. This is a project that I already have. I'm not sure how I first started it, but I don't want to start it from the template because I'm not sure if the template gives all the dependencies that I need. For instance, I'd like to use Tailwind, and I'd like to use Prisma. I mean, Prisma is anyways not covered here, but I'd like to use Tailwind. I'd like to use server actions. I'd like to use server actions is experimental, by the way, just so we're all on the same page. Um, and I'd like to use the app directory, not the raw pages directory. So I'm not sure if they have updated their templates. I see a lot of Twitter threads, but I'm just not going to take that step now. Maybe in the future. So yeah, so what I would like to do is I would like to create a repository first and use that repository to import in Vercel. So I think let's just quickly do that. I think that would take really less time. So push the project to GitHub, okay? And then I would like to import it on Vercel. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I think okay, got it. npm should do, I guess. Although I've been using pnpm quite a lot lately, and I don't know, npm is much better. So I'd like to use the latest version, yes, and let's use the CLI to build our project. So Notion minimal, I think that's a good name. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes. Would you like to use ESLint? Yes. Would you like to use Tailwind? Of course, yes. Would you like to use the source directory with this project? No. We're going to use the app directory. Use the app router? Yes. Recommended. See, Next.js is already recommending that. Import alias? No, this is fine. I have more viewers. 2 watching. I know one is my wife. Who's the other one? Let me know in the comments. Okay. So we have Notion minimal here. Okay. Let's just go there. So for those of you who are new to Next.js, or any starter kit framework for that matter, uh, they come with a CLI. Like for instance, what I did was create next app, and I picked the latest version, and that CLI already has a nice utility for you to kickstart your project. So it'll ask for the name, it'll ask for the configurations, etc. So just keep in mind these CLIs are pretty easy to use, and you should always use them instead of using a fixed template. Okay, so I'm just gonna I just need to create a repository first. GitHub profile. What did I call? Notion minimal. Okay. Description. Simple minimal version of Notion to learn next 13 Prisma and Postgres. Got it. So public, I don't need to do any of these because the CLI, the create CLI already gave me a lot of nice things. It has initialized my whole project with Git, and also it has the Git ignore. So we don't need the Git ignore here. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this and did I? Yeah. Okay then. So, okay, I'll just push this. Did I comment? Yeah, I think I did. Or maybe it did already for me. I'm not gonna change these things. I'll just focus on getting this up and running in Vercel. So in Vercel is pretty awesome, guys. So if you have all your side projects somewhere else, please switch it to Vercel. I'll highly recommend it. It's so easy, and it always often is a click of a button. So as you can see, I've given permission for Vercel to read my public repositories. Hence it can read. So now I can just import, and it is so smart that it intuitively knows everything about the whole project. As you can see, I mean, although in hindsight it's not a big deal. So it has a next config, so it is got to be next. And they also have other templates for Svelte, Vue. Next is for Vue, and also you can have like a simple Vite project that just has like a client-side application. So let's just go ahead and use our Notion minimal, and you can see all these nice things here. You can have you can also override all these predefined build commands, installation commands. If you're using like a other package manager like yarn or pnpm, you can do that, and environment variables for environments basically. So this is pretty cool. So it's going to be up in like let's see how long it takes. You will see it. Build step is started. By the way, I didn't show you how does it work, right? So I'll just do a npm run dev, spin the dev server. Yeah. So this is exactly what I will get now on Vercel. So 49 seconds, 53 seconds, 55, deploying, deployment completed, and that's it. Congratulations. Wow, look at that. So nice. So I can go to the dashboard and you have a nice uh, subdomain created for you from on top of Vercel app. Uh, and there you go. You have it already. So now I don't have to worry about CI. I don't have to worry about CD at all. Uh, so if you're like building like small projects, then please go with something like Vercel or Netlify. Even Netlify is better. Uh, and if you're like building like highly scalable and large scale projects, then you can think about switching to AWS or like other, big cloud vendors. Okay, so let's uh, let's just start exploring the code base a little. I'm just gonna have this running, otherwise I'll have to keep running all the time. I have opened my VS Code. Okay, I'm just gonna go with not Node.js. Just do nextjs. Okay. Uh, so this is the boilerplate code that you just saw, which we don't need. So I would like to remove everything and probably some tailwind classes. So next template comes with the predefined set of tailwind classes. Not predefined, but the boilerplate contains all these, markup with some tailwind classes, which I don't need. So I'm just gonna remove all these things. Maybe foreground. Okay, I don't need a background color right just yet. So I'll just remove this. And okay, this I don't need to touch for now. Okay, item center, padding 24. Okay. So this is the layout now. This is the page, the main home page that you saw. And it is sort of like a lot of magic will happen in Next.js. Don't need to worry about those things. Just go with the frameworks approach. So Notion minimal, simple, Notion minimal version to learn next 30, Prisma and Postgres. Nice. Font, I think it's fine. It should be fine. So let's just go with that font. So this is interesting, guys. So in the root layout, root layout is basically a common entity for common wrapper for all your pages, right? So if you were to sort of like do headers, navbar, and everything, this is the place. So what I would like to do is I'd like to create a file, header.tsx, and export default. Let's do default here. And then I'm just gonna return a semantic header. No. Okay. So let's see if it works. I don't know why I keep calling it clone. It's not a clone actually. So you decide basically where you want to render your, generic stuffs, generic components, so to say. So now I'd like to do header here. Probably navbar will come. But yeah, let's just focus on the header now. The app is running, right? Okay. Cold starts are pretty slow, so you just need to bear in mind. There you go. We got it. And now I'll just make sure that it works by creating a route. Uh, so Next.js 13, I mean, not just 13, Next.js started the file-based routing, if I'm not wrong. Um, File system routing is pretty amazing, where you don't need to like worry too much about setting up your router. I think I think that's I've spent a lot of time figuring out how to connect my routers, how to make them work with my React components. So thanks to Next.js or anybody who actually created this file-based routing, it's so amazing. So all I need is, I said I need a topics route, right? I just need a topic route. Okay, let's. So I just need a topic route, and then I just say page.tsx, and I will export just like how I would export a component. So just go with the topic, and I'll just do I think I think this is semantically correct, I guess. Let me know in the comments if it's not. Main, let's call, and then I'll just do topic. So I don't need to do anything else now. So next, on build time we'll know, on compile time we'll know that I do have a route, and that once you have pages, once you have a page.tsx, then next we'll know that it's going to be a route. Okay, let's see. There you go. So I have the header now, and also I have the topic. That's amazing. We'll come back to topic later. How do I do dynamic routes? Before we get there, I'll just quickly say, so basically your dynamic routes are nested dynamic folders with the syntax. I think this was one of the most controversial things when it came out. People didn't like it, but now they're loving it. And this also follows the same syntax. So I'll just quickly copy this guy. Do I need to call this? I can also do without naming, right? So I'll have one less name to worry about. I don't need to name anything, I guess. Let's see, topic one probably, or let's just do search params. I think the props will have search params, if I'm not wrong. I'm just gonna go with any for now. And okay, I don't remember next search params. It's fine, we'll figure that out. I don't remember exactly the type information of these search params, but yeah, I'll just log it out and see. So I can go now and create any sort of like dynamic route here, and it'll just work out. Okay, it's gonna be params ID and search params. Didn't know that, but there is a predefined type for that. I'll just figure that out later. So now any is good. Okay, I hope we're not getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, it's fine. So what do I need? I need the header, right? I need to style the header. So you will also see how amazing Tailwind is. So it's just declarative CSS in my opinion. You just declare what you wanna see on the screen, and then you get it. So I want to give a padding, so I'll just go ahead and give p of 1 rem. There you go, you got it. 1 second, guys. I'll just try to see if I can work like this. Oops. I want to make sure that Okay. Mm, T is one REM, and then you have. I'll just go a background color. I don't know what color to give. Maybe a black. Okay, black is not bad actually. So I'll do text slate 100. Okay, that's good. And I can do text for 3XL to get the font size bigger. That's pretty good. And then I can do font bold. Yeah, okay. There you go. So this is so nice. Tailwind is like you don't even need to think about having like a component library or um, build your own design system. You just configure Tailwind in such a way that will suit your needs. So that's already like a nice thing. I don't need to have darker background. I'll just go with Slate 700. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so now we have the header, and it's but in Next by default everything is server component unless you explicitly specify use client. So if I do use client, and this becomes a client component. So how do you see that? You go to your network, and then as you can see, oh shit. Yeah, but wait, it should have been a client component. I wonder how that is working out. Or maybe let's just figure that out later. It should have been a client component, and it should not be part of the initial response. Or maybe I misunderstood differently. Okay, this is already a good enough header, right? So we just go ahead and get our, what is that? The sidebar working. So this is done. This is done. This is done. Nice. Okay, this will be our first server component, I guess. Build sidebar. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't need to do this. Okay, so build the sidebar. So sidebar is basically a nav bar, or I can also say a sidebar, doesn't matter. And it's also like header. I need to figure out the properties and types and everything. Just do that later. So sidebar is basically a section on these. I mean, I think I can do a nav, right? That's a semantic way of doing it. And I think it's gonna flow till the bottom of the page. So which means I can quickly copy paste this guy. I think the min height, its screen is okay. 100 viewport height. This is good actually. Just need this. And I'll give a minimum. I think I'll just go with a max width. Max width is good. So you have like all these. Okay, 2XL is fine. And let's just see it up. Yes. Okay. Need to import it. So header. Below the header you have sidebar. Ooh. That's a big one. L. Okay, LG. No, that's pretty long. I don't need that. I'll just go with 64. I'll just go with 120 divided by 16 is how much? 7.5. Oh, max W. Oh, that's pretty small. Is it because that I have? Just go with width. Is that this small? Oh, that's weird. Let's see. I want to say min width then. think I'm making some horrible CSS mistakes. What if I do this? Okay, this is good. Although 2 by 3 would be nice. 2 by 3 is 66%. Sorry, my bad. 1 by 4 would be nice. Okay, this is good enough. Yeah, this is good enough. Anyways, it's not going to look. I'm not going to focus on responsiveness. I'm just going to focus on this. What I mean, coloring is the worst part of an Tailwind. Like you need a good designer with you to sort of like, this is horrible. Yeah, this is good. It's fine. It's not bad. Okay, so this is the sidebar, right? So you need to have a heading for that. What do I call it? So I need a UL. I need a UL. That's sure. Before that, I just need a title there. Just want to say projects. And probably give it a padding. I think I'm gonna give this a padding. This needs a padding. px of 1 rem. It's nice. No, I think I need to give it to the whole container, not just the x-axis, for the whole y and x-axis. So this is going to be font bold, maybe? Yeah, not bad. And then what I want is I mean bold is not that good, semi bold is good. And then I need to have like a border bottom for this one. So I'll just go with border B and border color. Border color is slate, probably 400. I don't know. Let's see. Not visible. 500 maybe. Okay, this is good. It's fine. It will work. Now what do I need? I need to fetch some data, right? I don't have anything set up for that. So now is the time we will plug in Prisma, because we don't have any data to work with. We just need to have some mock data here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to get some real data, or at least set up a database. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, so I have Notion minimal. I can go to storage and I can create Postgres. Oh man, this is nice. Serverless SQL. This is the first time I'm doing this, guys. So if I make any mistakes, please bear with me. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind. Can do Frankfurt, right? If you select Frankfurt as your this project serverless functions are running in Washington, DC. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, choose which environments of the project to make this store available to. I think I want to do it for everything. Environment variable prefix, Postgres DB URL, or Postgres connection URL. Holy crap, that was fast. Okay, it's got a kit. I'm good. Start connecting to your existing project, then use Vercel link in the CLI to link to the project locally. If you don't already have a project connect to, you can get started with Postgres template. I do have a project. Let's do that. It's already connected. Okay. So then run Vercel link. Okay, I do have Vercel CLI, I guess, installed globally. Okay, command not found. Just go ahead and get it. Vercel D. Oh, this is so sick, guys. Look, they're writing SQL inside components. There's a lot of debate going on regarding this topic that we are moving to the PHP side of things, but we are actually not. We'll just see if that's the case quickly. Okay, so I think I have the Vercel CLI now. Can I do Vercel link now? Why does it say? Okay, I'm just gonna ditch this. Sometimes I just don't get it. Like I need to sort of do the npm way. So now I can run Vercel link. Hmm. Okay, that was fast. Okay, now I also need to pull the environment, right? To make the run Vercel env pull env development local to make the latest environment variables available to your project. Okay, I got it. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh wow, I got everything. So Prisma connection URL database, Prisma connection. So I have all the env variables, guys. This is amazing. The database name is Vercel DB. I'm just not gonna change that. So I have everything now. Wow, this is amazing. So can I now the question is how do I do it with Prisma? I'll just figure that out. So I need this. So do I need this? So that's the question. Do I need the Vercel? I mean the Postgres Vercel SDK. Can I directly use Prisma? Let's just figure that out. Prisma is amazing, guys. I wish I had used this before. It's got a really great documentation and has a lot of connectors. So you can connect it with Postgres, Mongo, name the database that you want to connect to. It'll just connect without any problems. And it's got like rich TypeScript support, which is amazing. Okay, so what do I need? I need these guys. I don't need TypeScript. I didn't see that. Huh. I already have TypeScript. Mm-hmm. And I can do, and no, this I already have. So, I should have done npx Vercel. That would have worked. Okay. So set up a new Prisma project. Nice. Generate artifacts for Prisma client. Okay. Browse your data. Oh wow, Prisma Studio is also there. Migrations can be run using the commands too. That's amazing. Prisma init. Okay. You can now open it in your favorite code editor. Set the database URL in the .env file to point it to your existing database. Okay. 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 Now the question is, can I Can I use Vercel's variables here? That's interesting. Okay, let's just try this out. Provider is PostgreSQL. Okay, environmental variable. It says .env, but I would like to. Will I be needing to run any migrations uh, during the build process in Vercel? If yes, then I would need it, right? Database URL. Okay, I'll just screw that for now. There is already a .env. Huh. I think this was created by Prisma, right? Yep. Interesting. Let's change that to this. Connection URL. Okay, done. And this command does two things. Create a new directory, creates an env file on the root, which is used for defining. Okay, let's connect to the database. Provider page. Okay. Okay, I just need to do a migrate. Okay, guys, I think it's time to model the first table, first schema, basically. Let's just follow the documentation. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't need to be pixel perfect here. So I need to have a model first. Okay. Do I have some VS Code extensions for this? Recommended, no. Okay, let's do Prisma. There you go. It's nice. There's always an extension for something, guys. See, there you go. It has its own language server running, so it's amazing. So project, right? Wait a minute. Okay, so you need an ID. You need, that should be a primary key, and then it's a ID, and then it's a default, and then it's an auto increment. Oh my god, that's a lot of syntax. It's fine. So basically this means that what is this syntax here? This is interesting. Oh, that's what I thought. It should not be this. Oh no, wait. So add ID. Okay, I see what this means. So this will be the representation in the database. This will be the name in the database table. And this is probably for TypeScript. Okay, let's see. I'll just take these guys. I think I just need title and okay, this is good. This is already good for our first migration. To map your data model to the database scheme, you need to use the Prisma migrate CLI commands. Okay, migrate dev name init. What is this? This command does the two things. It creates a new SQL migration file for this migration. It runs the SQL migration file against the database. Generate is called under the hood by default after running Prisma migrate dev. Okay, if the Prisma client define this, will check. Okay, I need to install this then. Prisma client, isn't it? Why didn't it say before? Or maybe I skipped that step. Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, because it says here, if I have a provider, if I have a client generator, then I need to have that package installed. This is the diagram they have, how it works and stuff. Oh, this is the next step. This is bad, guys. They already have um, they already told us to create a database schema and run the migration, but somewhere here the note is saying that okay, install the client if you have. Okay, it's fine. This can be easily overlooked is what I'm saying, and then we'll run into like million errors on our console which we will not have time to figure out. Okay, I think it should have been installed now. Okay. Can't reach database server. Localhost 5432. What is this? No. Hey, they also have a Prisma URL. This I didn't know. I think I just copied some random URL. Isn't it? What is this Prisma URL? This was generated by Vercel. I'm just gonna try that out. Uh, is there like a DB name that I need to provide? I'd say it's provider URL. And what about the name of the DB? Is it encoded like in Mongo where you have Vercel DB? Okay, yeah, it's like okay. Environment layer loaded from Prisma scheme, loaded from data source DB, Postgres database, MyDB, scheme public. Server is running. Do they have settings database name is Notion? Okay. Mhm. Database name. Where can I find the database name? The name of the database. MyDB. Did I just? Oh, okay. This would have not worked. But I don't understand. So this was ah such. I think this will happen, guys. When you have like all these crazy environment variables and environment files, you'll easily get confused. So I did copy the name of the environment variable. I'd never copied the value. Insane. But I would like to still see what are these variables here. This is the one. I don't know which I created, but let's just assume that I created this. Vercel already created this for me, and it has a different parameters though. The query parameters are different, so just need to figure that out. Okay, something is happening, which is good. What the heck? Migrate could not create the shadow database. Please make sure the database user has permission to create database. Read more about. Okay, okay. This is already good. Prisma migrate. Some development focused commands for relational database. Second, temporary database. Prisma migrate dev. The shadow database is created and deleted automatically each time you run. A development focused command is primarily used to detect problems such as schema draft. Wow. Schema drift. Ooh, okay. If you use cloud hosted databases. Okay. Okay, okay. Shadow database URL. Okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Hmm. There's gotta be something here in settings. Oh, they already there you go. There you go. This is nice. This is nice. This is so nice. Okay. Use for migrations. That's what I thought. Vercel should have these things. I'm just gonna copy everything what was there, and I'm just gonna copy this env development local and env. I don't want to do what do you say? Just go with this, right? Sudo no. This is taking a lot of time. So I think this is pretty. This is pretty good actually. What is this? This I forgot. Okay, it generated. Awesome. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Let's see if something has appeared here. That's amazing. We have the project database. Wow. No rows written. This was easy. Although I wish I had gone through all these before I went to Prisma and play around. But yeah, it's already good enough. So now we can keep rolling, guys. I think these are the tough, tough parts about getting started. Once you get through this, it should be fairly straightforward, and you can figure out issues along the way. Okay, so I have a model project. Let's just I think I need to create the client, Prisma client, to just quickly do that so that we have everything working. Install Prisma client. I did. And wait, let's see what it has done. So it has created a nice migration for us. That's amazing. What? This is querying the database. Although it should have been first configure Prisma client. Come on, Prisma, you can do better. I don't. First, I'm looking here, wondering if there is like a configuration code snippet, but no, directly query the database. Now that you have generated Prisma client, you can start writing queries to read and the heck, how did I generate? Okay, so it has its own set of documentation. Okay, so we don't need this for now. I will quickly do. You have Prisma, you have migration. I'll just do an index.ts, right? That should work probably. Uh, and then I will copy this. So import the Prisma client, instantiate Prisma client. Close the database connection when the script terminates. Excuse me, guys. You will write your Prisma client queries here. But why? I don't want to write there. I want to write it inside. This is interesting. So every time I run a query and return a promise from the query, once the promise is executed, uh, once the promise is executed, the connection is the Prisma connection disconnects any open connections from the database. That makes sense. Once the query is complete, you don't need to have that connection live anymore. Although I'm wondering how I can expose the Prisma instance to the outside world. I mean, obviously, Vercel should have documentation for that. This is interesting. Let's see. What I would like to do is I would like to first export this guy here. Export default Prisma. Right? And now I do have a place where I can already start querying. Sidebar. So this is going to be interesting. So now is the time to see all these server components and all these database queries inside server components fiasco. So I'm just going to call it fetch projects. It's an async function. Projects Prisma. Okay, interesting. What is the syntax? So wait, so it's a asynchronous operation. User, okay. How do I know that I have generated the types? So I know I created a model. Okay, we got the model. Find many. And this is so good, guys. These clients, they auto generate types from schema, and you get the whole intelligence inside your editor. It's amazing. Okay, so okay, let's see what happens now. I'll just do console log, and then just return the projects. Although I would like to know. Okay, here I can disconnect, right? Okay, let's just worry about this connection later. I just would like to first see if the connection is working and if I'm able to fetch some data from the database. Okay, so I can also do that here. So I can do projects, and then I can still do await, and then okay, I need to make this an async function now, and I would like to say fetch projects. That's it. Cannot access projects before initialization. What? Why? There you go. Nothing is there, but it's already working. Okay, so we do have a mechanism to fetch the projects. So now I can encapsulate that logic here. So projects dot map And then I'm gonna say P. I'm gonna do an li, and px is 1 rem so that we can see, and then I'll just do a small background of slide 50. No, 50 won't work inside that, or maybe it will. And then I'd say p dot title, right? React will need a key, so p dot id. What happened? Should work. Okay. There's nothing. That's why we don't see anything. Now I think now we've come to an interesting part. Like, I would like to create projects within the sidebar, right? Within the scope of the sidebar. So all I need is like a small plus button somewhere here. That when clicked will open up a small form, small input field right below. Ooh, interesting. So what I could do is, I think that's interesting. Let's just try this. So I'm gonna first wrap this all inside a div. So I would say flex call, and here I would like to import a client component that will basically create a project. See, this is because it's gonna need like on click and all these other things. So yeah. Let's do components. I don't know if there's like any pattern in Next.js, but I'd like to do this for some reason to make sure that I'm encapsulating my components in the right place. I guess it's not a bad pattern, but let's just see. I think there is, if I'm not wrong, if I were to sort of declare my client components, I need to expose it as a const instead of a default export, instead of a named export instead of a default export. Let's just see if this works. Because what okay, this is so I basically need let's just see if this works first. Just gonna call this create button for now. Okay, it does work. Not bad, huh? I'd like to do this as a row. Yeah. And probably border bottom should be for this guy here. Okay, so this yeah, I think it's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about the styling here. This will be a class name of flex and flex call, so I just want the input form to appear right below. Can I do this for now? I think this is fine. Don't need to worry too much about the styling. I think it's justify between. I just want to give a space between those. Doesn't work. Justify items between. No. Justify items. Interesting. I think I need a content justify, right? There you go. I did not reload, I guess. Okay. Maybe I'll just do 32 pixels. And then probably with also 32. Then a BG slate of 100. Can't see anything there. Okay. Not for this though. For the button. Okay, this is nice. Okay. Okay. Some small details. I don't know why I can't live with these small minor improvements there. Okay, that's good enough. So on click, I would like to see an input box that appear or down below. Oh, sorry. Okay. Do I need a form? Yeah, the form is good. Although in hindsight. Yeah, I'm just gonna open this in the normal browser, guys. I think this is okay. Show form, show create button. So let's quickly create a state here, so that I can just toggle this guy. So initially it's going to be false. What's up? So I would like to toggle this on click of this button. Ah, it looks horrible though. I can fix that actually. Why? How do I fix that? Okay, I think I can fix that. So I don't need this wrapper. I'll do a fragment. Hey. I think the extension got confused. So now it's all like rows, right? All these guys are rows. I just want to say wrap. Flex wrap. Well, I wanted wrap, it's fine. I think it's maybe it didn't. Yeah, I think that's because if I give class name, well, it's going to wrap. That's fine. This is already good enough. can say this mx ml auto. Nah, I think this is fine. Let's just try to get the server actions working, and then we'll figure out all the other shenanigans. ex is again one rem. And then let's give a border sled. I think I need to type in plugin forms to override the predefined styles, but again, let's not worry about that. Just make sure that we have, see, that's why the borders and everything is not working. Padding will also not work, I guess. Yeah, or maybe it's still reloading. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, okay. So now we will like to do some server action stuff. Did I? Whoa. I didn't have any server actions. So experimental server actions is true. So what I would like to do is I'd like to use the server actions and have the action supplied to this form here. So let's just go to the documentation. I don't want to mess this up. And then I would like to see server actions. If it's going to be this simple, then it's amazing. Wow. Wow. Can I have this? Do I have to have this inside the component? Convention, you can enable server. Okay, done that. Create a server action by defining an asynchronous function with the use server directive. You can also use a top level use server directive on the top of a file. I think this is a much better pattern than having to sort of like plug in this directive inside your function. This is a bad pattern in my opinion. This will enable you to sort of pollute your components so much and will become impossible to figure out where these server actions are coming from. A directive, a decorator pattern would have been nice. Something like, I don't know, server action. Let's just for now, and then function. This is a decent pattern, in my opinion. That's a great thing, right? So you have this pattern, also you have this. That's one of the great things about React. You have like, or any framework that is on top of React, like you have all these patterns and you can play around with all of them and figure out which one's the best for your team and for your style. That's amazing. As I said, I would like to move this up, hoist this up a little bit. So I'm just gonna say create project here. Async create project. Async function create project. And although, yeah, I would like to move this into actions, guys. This just doesn't work for me. Actions, and then I'll just do index.ts for now. So this is a nice pattern. And now I can export, right? Just like how I would export any other function. Create project, right? This is an async function. Uh, although, now that I think of it, like this is going to deal with form data, right? Isn't it? This is so, I mean, this data here is so much magic. Like, how does it know? This is so much magic. How does it know based on the this is I mean, I wonder how much client code will this ship. It has to ship some client code to handle these magical things. So it needs to get the form data back. This function needs to get the form data back, and this function is on the server. So it is going to create like a serverless function apparently, or maybe just a function code that will receive this form data as post request. Anyways, can I do this? I think I can. Let's just see. Okay. Now I would like to get the title. This can be null, but in my schema it has to be string. And if not title, I just throw. Not going to do error handling and stuff now. This is interesting. So you can also do error handling in your server. That is nice. I mean, you could still do, but in non-server actions world. But this one is so tied to the component itself, right? To the form itself. So this sort of looks like some validation that is like added to the form, and you don't need to worry about if it's server or client. That's great. Okay, so I got the title. I just would like to check the schema again. So these are default, right? Updated it, I don't need it. How do I say it's required? Let's just figure that out. Prisma project create takes Prisma project select. Nice. I hate TypeScript sometimes. There are certain things you know for sure at runtime you'll expect them to be certain types. Type string is not assignable to type boolean. Why? How do I do this? I just want to see the next steps. Um, create. Interesting. Select subset. Never going to figure that out. Okay. Interesting. Okay, now I can export this here. This is wow. TypeScript is also happy. That's weird. I don't need to return anything, I guess. Right? I'll just do a wait. Okay. Are there any errors? No. So okay, so let's just try this out, guys. Where is my app? Ah, it's here. Sometimes the server just hangs because of constant hot reloading. Maybe I'll just, for the sake of this thing, I'll just disable my autosave for now. Well, yeah, for now. Let's not crash this guy. So let's see what happens. It compiled. So my first project. Whew. Title is required. That's amazing. So this is so nice. So it just sends a post request. What is a payload? Some encrypted stuff there. Ah, man, that's amazing. Okay, title is required. I don't know why. Because I know why. Because I never gave a name for this. So you're basically doing good old classic PHP in a more advanced way. What? Hey, it worked. What is... I didn't return anything. It worked, I guess. Yes, it did. That's great. It worked. Although I'd like to know what to return. How does the what I mean, I just want to know what it returns. Because clearly create returns what? It returns the whole project, right? It returns the whole project, yes. And now my sidebar needs to know that. Interesting. So revalidate is sort of a way to tell next to sort of like revalidate all the cache and stuff. Let's just see how it works because I've never tried it. Data associated with a specific cache tag. This is useful for scenarios where you want to update your cache data without waiting for revalidation period to expire. Oh, this works only on serverless functions. Okay. So, although what I need is, I need to sort of refetch, right? After I create a project, I would like to, what happened here after I created the project? Did it, cannot read a, what did I do? Okay, this is not needed here. Okay, it's hooks. What did I do? Hooks. I didn't do any hook. Something went wrong. So what was I saying? So I'd like to refetch after the form is successfully submitted, right? So what is why is it complaining here? Cannot find name form. Oh, okay. On submit, right? This is what I don't understand. So how will I know when the form submission is complete? So create projects is going to return something. As soon as it returns something, I'd like to do a router refresh so that my projects will be fetched again. How do I do that from Next.js point of view? It's got to be something. Custom invocation. Okay. Action. You can do action. You can do form action. Handle submit. Ah. Revalidate path. Interesting. Where is that coming from? This is something that is unclear to me. They should improve the documentation. So there is a revalidate path. Okay, experimental use form status. Interesting. So I saw two things that'll work for my benefit. So revalidate path is one thing where you can just revalidate the path so that it runs the path again and basically rerunning the page, re-rendering the page, and you have use experimental form status. This is an experimental feature of React DOM. Okay, interesting. This is what I need to do, right? Revalidate path. Okay, I can try this. So once it is a white one, I mean, let's just see the operation. Result. What do I have on the result? Is there like a okay or something? Okay. There should be something else, right? Like how does in MongoDB you have is result succeeded or is the operation failed? Okay, let's just lively do this. Revalidate path, and then I do this, right? Because that's the index path. Although I can also get the path from the uh, navigational properties. I can just pass the path and then make a factory out of it and then do all kinds of um, logic there. So let's just see if this works. Okay, I have my first project here. That's good. Uh, that's really good. I'll just do empty one. This BG is not working. Okay. I'll do 100 and then 100 is same as the other one. Yeah. Then let's do a 400. Make it look ugly. Ah, this is so ugly. Uh, it's fine. So, I just need to test if the revalidation works. Okay. That is amazing. That was so amazing. So no, it's not PHP, guys. If somebody says this is PHP, then please, I mean, not the current PHP, but the classic PHP. There was no page refresh. I still have the state of my page, and on top of that, uh, my fetch. I mean, my page got updated with the new data, with the current data. That's amazing. Seriously, guys, that's amazing. So people calling it PHP, please don't. It's not. I don't want margin for this guy. So I can already see how many abstractions I can create, right? Like so you can move your actions outside your components to keep the actions separate, or you can choose to have them inside. Uh, but now that I think of it, having it inside would make sense as long as you don't have crazy number of actions. But you can still, if you have like a bunch of actions, you can still try to separate them out into a separate component within the same file or a different file. That doesn't matter. This is good. This is good. This is good stuff. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just doing some styling work. It's fine. Um, I can clean this up later also. I'll just give a small margin so that we know what we're dealing with. Okay, so we have the first project and second project created, and we have third project. Let's just try it out. That was so easy, right? That was so easy, guys. Clearly, that was so easy. That was so useful also. I mean, there's got to be some code that is sent to the client to create that API logic. Uh, but you can already see how simple it has become to talk to databases. You don't need to know a lot of things now. You just need some. Um, you just need to know some queries, which is also again taken care by Prisma, and hooking up the data with your components has become so easy with React Server components. This is amazing. Okay, let's just keep going for half an hour more, and then we'll call it quits today. I think we learned enough today. Uh, Although I'd like to see how routing and everything works, but yeah, let's just quickly do that. So I can already make this a route, right? So I think a good old-fashioned way to do this is by assigning it to a tag, anchor tag, and then say uh, topic/p.id, right? Although this is not a topic, this is a project uh, according to my thing. But I can also do a project route. Yeah, can also do that. Um, So I have topic, I just quickly do a project, and then I do ID. No, this has to be a folder. Page.tsx, export, default, function, same old, and I can return some markup here. So now this is a route. Since I've made it a route, I don't need to worry about any stateful logic. I'll just do a fetch project. So what I mean is, like, I just do a async function, const fetch project, and I need a project ID, right? So I need an ID, which is a string. And now I can get the project from Prisma, from the database, I mean. Find one. Find one, is there a find one? What is find first? Find 0 or 1 project that matches the filter. There's no find one, okay. Find unique or throw. Find one project that matches the filter or throw an error with error code. Okay, let's use that. Args, this select is interesting. I think what is this? What is this error? String is not. Okay, I know. I think I understood. This is the Mongo equivalent of, I mean, this is equivalent to ID 1 in Mongo. So you do sort of like ID 1. When you want to select something, you do ID 1, right? In Mongo queries. It's the same. In this pattern, it's true. Where? Argument of type select. Okay, I need a title also. Created that. I just need everything. I don't need to do this. I can do where, and then I can say ID. This is what I don't like about TypeScript sometimes. So now I say find unique or throw. So inherently it should know that my ID cannot be there if I were to use this, right? Why can't TypeScript like already take care of that? This is what I don't like sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would expect find unique or throw to take care of this. Oh, it's a number. That's weird. Coming again from Mongo world, it's a string. Then I was totally wrong, guys. My bad. So, wait a minute. ID. Wait a minute. Okay, ID can be cannot be undefined. Okay, got it. Then I was totally talking bullshit there. So project, fetch project. Now params, right? So I need to figure out next params. What the heck is that? The typing thing. God, this is so weird. Let's just see next API request. I mean, I'm just gonna see search params. Always, guys, this typing is always the hardest thing when you deal with these guys. They just don't give the documentation is sometimes focus only on JavaScript. So you need to go to TypeScript and then find out where exactly. I have done this, although they have a hack for this now. So if you were to use an async component inside another component, then you need to sort of like go with this hacky solution for TypeScript to make it happy. But there is also a thread that is going on to. Uh, there is a thread that is active to figure out these issues. I'm looking to type this props here. I know what the shape of this is going to be. It's going to be params, probably an object, and then it's going to be search params. So this shenanigan I need to do. I need to make this as a number. I'll just do %. Okay. Now this is an async. Now I can say no, not props. Project.title, right? Empty one rem and then p of one rem. Just do a bottom border and then bottom border slate 500. What is happening? ID is NAN. What is this? P.id? That looks wrong. Oh my bad. NAN again. This is wrong because the route is wrong. Okay. Wow, நீ மட்டும் தான் இருக்க கால்ல. Although I'd like to record and upload. I can record and upload. So I think debugging is also hard, right? When it comes to server components. Unless you use the VS Code debugger or any other native debugger, it's going to be hard. So we just need to do a lot of logs and see. Because my title is not appearing. It's there. I wonder why it won't appear though. There's some weird CSS stuff. Okay, my slot actually went down, right? So in my layout, I just need to, what is this? Yeah, see, I told you it's a, I just need that hack from TypeScript. Mm-hmm. Okay, so okay, this is header, this is sidebar. I'm just gonna naively do this, guys. I don't want to spend too much time on CSS. I'll just do class flex row, and then maybe probably give a gap of 1 RDM. Still there. Nav. Thought I gave this a width, didn't I? And then nav is holding at the. Not this. Hmm. This is although I need to bring this down to the layout so that you get like a semantic view inside the component itself rather than, and this can be a fragment. Okay. Mhm. And this is also another section that I can control with my flex now. So this is width of this got a width of 1/4. Then can I do of 3/4? 3/4 is 75, right? Oh, yeah. Keeps going to the bottom now. Always, guys, always. I have to deal with CSS problems. I don't know why. Okay. It's officially hang. It's officially hung up. Although this whole navigation has to be sort of like fixed, it cannot be non-fixed, but I'm not gonna do that now. Okay, I'm just gonna have to refresh. I think the socket is fried. This is getting annoying. I always face this even in my live projects, in my official projects, where you often end up in this hot reloading issue where things just hang. The socket just hangs. especially when you're dealing with a lot of like open processes. This is weird. Why won't it work? I do have a flex row. Ah, my goodness. That was so bad of me, guys. This can happen. This can happen actually. Uh, I mean, now that I have like really less CSS utility classes here, if you start having more and more, this file is going to be so big and so hard to narrow down where things might have gone wrong. Maybe uh, I'm using a Tailwind CSS plugin. Uh, this is a oh, this is not installed. That's weird. How do I get autocomplete then? Maybe that if the plugin can somehow smartly figure out that you have made a mistake, that would be awesome. Because I mean, plugin obviously doesn't know, right? I was trying to do a flex here. Uh, so if flex row is there, then maybe flex should also be there, something like that. Although in hindsight, this was my bad. So I don't need flex row. I just need flex. So there you go. So nice. This is nice. So we've got the route also working. This is classic server-side rendering, right? Like page refreshes and it's not single page. It's a multi-page application. Awesome. Okay. So we've got 20 more minutes. I'm just gonna try and see if I can add topics to the projects. So let's just try that. Bottom B. Do I have a border? Huh. Bottom B. Yeah, that's good. Um, okay, so I'll just go back here. So topics, project title, metadata, it's fine. You can just show that. It's not a big deal. I can just do a span here. Dot date. Project dot created at. Created at is a the date to locale specific date string. What is that? Numeric true, month, object little may numeric does not exist on string of. What is the syntax for this? I keep forgetting. To locale date string. How would you handle tracking? How would you handle tracking with this? Oh my god, we've got our first uh person in the chat. That's amazing. Thank you, Tomislav, for that question. How do you handle tracking So you mean in Next.js in general? Depends on what kind of tracking. Uh, if you're talking about Google Analytics, it's got to be on the client. You cannot do it. You cannot do it on the server. Although you can sort of like track some events on the server, but if you're talking about some analytical scripts, then you probably want to do it on the client. Although Vercel has its own tracking SDK, which runs also on the server, if I'm not wrong, or maybe I'm wrong. It does not. Maybe it just injects all the script into the DOM on page load and then probably run it. So I just want to say day is numeric. What am I doing? I'm just okay. So this is my bad. So I just need to do enus. And then okay. I hope I answered your question, Tomislav. What is this? Just do a flex here. Okay. It's not bad. Okay, so next thing I want to do is like I want to be able to add a topic to this. Let's just see. Mm, 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 mm. I'll just create a small button here. Okay, let's just do a h2 topics, and I'm just gonna copy the sidebar logic. So the create project was here. Okay, well, we can do the same create create topic, right? And instead of create project, I'd like to create, it's fine, create project. So this is nice. So we can already reuse some logic, but although I'm just copy pasting it now, but in theory, you can just reuse them. Just doing the same thing which I did there. Justify between. Create topic. Nice. Empty1. Okay, so I think what you're looking for is Tomislav is like I think I understand your question now. So you want to know if it's on the server or client, right? So I think that's easy to find out. So you basically you can get the variable from the process env, and node n would not work, right? So node n is going to be development. You can know for sure if you're. I mean, also on the bright side, we do have directives now, right? So for example, the create project is a client component, right? So you can obviously track clicks and impressions here. And on the server, um, for instance, if you're, I mean, I know we both work together on the, Tomislav and I work together in About You, and he's talking about Google Analytics and specific the data layer stuff. So on the root layout, this is the root layout that gets rendered on all the pages. Here you can have your head scripts and already preload all the scripts here. That should not be a problem. And have the data layer already created here for you. So that's not a big deal. So whenever you want to sort of like push something to the data layer, you can already do that on the server. It's not a big deal. Uh, um, you just have to declare it from a TypeScript point of view that I do have like a data layer object that is on the window. So something like this. And you can already define this and have it prepared here, and inside your client components you can already start like pushing into that data layer. Client components are going to be executed only on the client, it won't run on the server. So even if it did, it doesn't matter as long as you have the data layer initialized. I hope that answered your question. So that's the thing, like you don't need to know if it's on the server or not. You already know by default. By default, Next.js treats all your components as server. Unless you specify use client, it's going to become client. This is horrible, guys. I just need to work on this later. Where was I? Create topic. So now I can again do an action. This is nice. So now I can do create topic, although I need to have like a path to revalidate first. So I'll just create a factory and use that same logic here. Although I would like to create my model. So I'm just gonna do a model here quickly. And now things will get interesting. I would like to learn more about relations. Default auto increment. Title you have, I'm just gonna copy all these things here. To create relations between two tables, I think you can do that by saying I think you can do that by saying relations. I'm not wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna check that. Prisma client. Let's see what it has. Relation queries. Okay. Key feature is the ability to query relations between two or more models. Nested reads, nested writes. Okay, this is more into the querying part of things. I want to see in the modeling part of things. They need to improve the search, guys. It's so bad. Okay, there you go. So relation. You can use the relation decorator and pass in what fields you need from that particular table. Interesting. So in our case, oh, my brother, he is giving me a clap. Thanks, bro. uh, I could also create an integer, right, for the project ID. I don't need to model my whole project here, do I? Maybe I do. So let's see. Fields, user ID. Ah, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, so I want to say this project, right? So this is a relational field, so which means it won't be created. I can say project ID and make sure that I have that int, and this is unique. At unique, sorry. Okay, there you go. So what I've done here is I'm creating a relation for my topic with project, and the fields I want to uh, create is project ID, references. This is something that I need to learn. What is references? Is there a intelligence for that? No. Okay, I'll just see how it looks here. So there is a post, right? Create table. This is more easier to find out because this is plain SQL. And then it says primary key ID because it's mentioned there. And then you have profile, user ID, primary key ID. Ah, okay. Okay, got it. So references is basically what that particular field is called in the relation table. So here we are trying to create a relation for profile with user, and the fields that is going to be represented in profile is user ID, and in the relation table the name of the field is ID. That's all it is. Okay, interesting. I didn't know this actually. This is the first time I'm doing Prisma, so I'm just gonna comment these out. Let's try to run a migration. npm prisma migrate dev. What happened there? Prisma schema loaded. The database schema is not empty. Read more about how to baseline an existing production database. What did I do here? Model topic. Ah, okay, I need to update, right? I don't need to run the migration again. Connect your database. Prisma migrate. Let's go and search for some help. I haven't used ChatGPT, guys, so you have to give me credit for that. I'm using all the good old-fashioned, utility things. Okay, can do reset, right? Apply to the database figure. Production or staging. All data will be lost. Oh, no. Okay, I don't need to do init. Oh. Specify a migration from changes in Prisma schema. Apply to the database. Trigger generators. Okay. On the first command, I ran init. Second one, I'm just running without any options. Existing project. Okay. I should have gone to this guide already. My bad. This guide discusses how to add Prisma migrate to anything. Prisma DB pull. Steps involved in this project are introspective database to update your Prisma schema, create a baseline migration, update your schema or migration to work around features not so. Apply the, oh my god, that's a lot of steps. Okay, let's do this. Baselining tells Prisma migrate to assume that one or more existed before you started using Prisma migrate, contains data that must be maintained. Baseline tells Prisma migrate to assume that one or more migrations have already been applied. This prevents generated migrations from failing when they try to create tables and fields that already exist. Okay, to create a baseline migration, if you have Prisma migration folder, delete, move, rename, or archive this folder. Run the following command to create a migrations directory inside with your preferred name. Okay. And this is a lot of steps. Can't we automate these things? Okay. So it says delete, move, rename, or archive this. Okay, I'll just rename this. I don't want it. I mean, I didn't create meaningful data anyways. So it's fine, but let's just try according to the steps. Okay, the 0 is important because Prisma migrate applies migration in lexicographic order. Okay. Generate a migration and save it to a file using Prisma migrate diff. Interesting. Okay. Review the generated migration. No, it is not right. Where is my model project? What? I mean, model topic. From empty. Okay. Okay, got it. Apply the initial migrations. Okay. What happened? It says migration 0 init marked as applied. Did it actually push? Okay, my data is lost. This is more complicated than I thought. I've also never done these sort of migrations before, which is also why it is a little hard for me to follow along, but can I now run migrate dev, or am I go? I think I'm gonna fall into the same issue now. See? Okay, this is going to take a bit of time for me to get around. If you have Prisma folder, okay guys, I think I'm gonna leave the live here. I'm gonna stop the stream here. I think we already learned good enough features today. It is already clear that there is a lot of learning to be done on Prisma, because looks like a huge tool. Now on retrospect, if you think about it, I would have, if I didn't use Prisma, I would have probably achieved some features that I discussed here. At least I could have created topic with plain old SQL. But yeah, that is life. We need to learn a lot of things. But on the bright side, we were able to explore server actions, and we also learned a lot about how PHP it is not, right? It's not PHP. It's definitely not PHP. As you can see here, so when I created the project, it already sort of like, what happened here? Why is it failing? No project found. Okay, because I deleted it. So as soon as I create a project, right, there is a delay because I'm using a local version, but the page doesn't refresh. You can show some nice loaders and you can already see it in action. The same goes for any update that you might perform. So thank you guys. Thank you whoever joined. Thank you Thomas Love. Oh, you have some questions here. Part 1, do I understand it correctly? You create a data layer on the page root, and then when the server creates a client component, it can. Yes, exactly. So that's why I said, like, you declare data layer as a global to the global namespace inside the window interface. If you do that, then TypeScript will also be happy, and you can probably push whenever you need into that object, right? On the server, I'm not sure. Maybe you need to stream down some serialized data to the client if you push something on the server. Although, what kind of events would you need on the server? You won't need any events, right? So on the client, you can, in a client component, you can directly push into the data layer. It is as simple as that. You don't need to worry about if it's server or if it's client. You know for sure which is client and which is server. Awesome, guys. Thank you for joining. I will definitely see you all next time in a different project with some different technologies to explore. Have fun, guys. Bye.